So, first of all, sorry if I look really greasy. I had a foot injury recently, and I'm not quite sure if I can shower yet. But besides that, let's talk about what you're about to see. This is going to be like the last quarter of some recordings that I was doing based from a drum set that I found at Goodwill. It's a kid-sized drum set. And unfortunately, there are a few issues with it, which I will be discussing in depth in a separate video after this. I was going to put this all together, but it was just going to be simply too long, and I think people aren't going to give a crap for the most part about the actual build and trying to set this thing up. So there are some things that are probably going to be restated in this, I don't know, but here's the basics of what you need to know. One of the hi-hats, which they're both I think around the same way, I don't really know. They're both the same size. However, one of them was real inverted. And you'll see that on the crash stand. One of them got inverted, so it's a real trashy china at this point. That's how I describe it. So there's a 16-inch, not a 16-inch, maybe a 16-inch. I think it's a 16-inch crash cymbal that I put as the top hi-hat to be able to hit and actually have a usable hi-hat, because I don't have any splash cymbals or anything that could replace it. And then on top of that, there are quite a few fasteners that are missing. I had an issue with the foot pedal, which makes it so that it's sitting way back. It's hard to describe until you see it. If you're interested in seeing how all this came about, stay tuned, maybe subscribe for the next video. But yeah, and then I'm missing a few of the fasteners, so I could only have one of my rack toms that were when they're supposed to be the two. And yeah, I think that's all you need to know. Let's get right into the real video. Okay, so it's been a day or two since I did those original recordings, and so there's quite a bit of problems to overcome with this set, specifically at least mine, because it's missing a lot of fasteners. I suspect that a new set would actually be really cool, except for the issues before. The hi-hat, I'm not good at setting up hi-hats. At least not, I'm not amazing at it. I don't know if you can adjust the actual mechanism rod to be able to get it to go up higher. But yeah, I can't get it any higher than this, which is quite an issue because that is almost waist level. That's one issue that I've been trying to overcome, because I've been playing with this a little bit in my off time. As you can see, it's mostly put together now. I'm having difficulty trying to set this up in a way that makes sense, but is also comfortable. It's definitely not going to be comfortable, I'll tell you that. At least not for me, because I'm a fucking grown-ass adult, but still a man-child. Anyway, yeah, it's hard for it to make sense and be comfortable, or at least playable. I think I've got it in a pretty good spot. I just wish I had a little more room. I could probably move this back. I could probably move this cymbal back here, because, here's one of the main issues. The fastener, the tightener on the little tom it's gone. It didn't come it didn't come in my box from Goodwill, so it just can't go on. It took a fall already because I kind of put it on there, and then it wobbled around and eventually came off, unfortunately. So I don't want to take any more damage than it has to. I think it was pretty good because it's on a not rubber even, it's these weird pseudo foam mats. I don't know what they're called. I think they're moving mats kinda, but it's not the moving rugs. I don't know. Anyway, so another anomaly about this from when it came from Goodwill is that it has replacement heads for every one of the hand drums, or at least the ones you'd use your sticks on. So it has a replacement head for every drum except for the bass drum. I put the corresponding head on the snare. The snare and the low tom are 12 inches, and they both are the same size. So I was having trouble trying to figure out which one was meant for the tom and which one was meant for the snare. I went with this one because it felt thicker, especially when I tapped it, you know, just as is. But yeah, this snare is actually sounding pretty decent. The snares are a little rattly, but if they didn't rattle, that would be a decent ass snare, if I do say so myself. Yeah, so I tuned all of the toms up. These might be a little tuned a little higher than I like, because I like my toms almost dead, but that one certainly pushes a lot of air. It shakes everything around it. The only thing I haven't tuned yet is the bass drum, which I really need to do, because I did get the foot pedal fixed to a certain degree. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the difficulties that I've had, because I had one of the hi-hats be inverted, so it's a trash china splash. Lots of adjectives there. So I have the fort. You know what? Let's get some measurements finally. So like I said, it's about a 12-inch snare, and this has the same size. So 12-inch snare and floor tom. We have a 10-inch mid tom, and I assumed this would be a 4. I mean, it's got to be a 6, because 6 is like the minimum, right? Oh, actually, so this is an 8-inch. I thought that it was real small. Okay, I was way wrong about that. And so the hi-hats are about 10 inches. I'm gonna say that this is 14, the thing that's meant to be a crash. Nope, it is 12. So you get a 12. I got a 12-inch crash and 14-inch hi-hats. Unfortunately, obviously, that's not how it worked out. So I have a 10-inch bottom hat and a 12-inch top hat. Let me see what this bass drum is. Is it like 16 or something? Yeah. A 16-inch bass drum. I expected that, but I got all the measurements wrong. But you know, what do you expect from an inexperienced drummer? Well, I'm not an inexperienced drummer playing the drums, but I'm not experienced in dealing with hardware. I've had one kit pretty much my entire life. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I got it all working. Everything's a little squeaky and rusty. I need to tune the bass drum. I'll try and get that done. I haven't put any muffling in it, even though it really seems like it needs it. I don't have anything to put in there right now, so it's just it's gonna have to be how it is. Okay, so I have everything kind of set up. I have this. I probably could try and up the floor tom a little bit, but it's pretty much how it's gonna have to be. This thing's also wobbly because I'm missing some fasteners. Okay, well that was insanely difficult because apparently the way I play, I let off the pedal a lot more than if I'm consciously just paying attention to that, because I was feeling the hump a lot. I also am just very uncomfortable trying to play in general. And let me tell you, having a lot of the frequencies of these cymbals cut off by the headphones is really funny. It's quite interesting. This thing is a little loud when I'm listening to it with the bare ears, but it is super quiet when trying to listen through the headphones. I usually play this one with a double pedal, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think my hi-hat thing might be loose. Well, it was getting loose, and that's why it was sounding a little off. So that first one probably wasn't even sounding as good as it could have been. Come down here with the GoPro, my spring tensioner came loose. All right, let me fix this and then we'll just dink around on it. Okay, so I got the spring tensioner back up. I tried moving the seat and this thing keeps coming loose. I don't know why. Let's just try and block off a little bit of sound. This is pretty much the only beat that I can do, that I can think of, that's actually interesting. So this is just a fun little video that I wanted to do since I found this cool little kit. So tell me if you want to see more of this kit. Tell me if you want to see me try and like flesh it out a little, maybe get some decent symbols. And by decent symbols, I still mean small ones, because at least splash symbols and stuff, maybe we'll get some minals, either minal bronzes or maybe just the brass ones. Tell me what you want to see. I'm thinking, you know, some 12-inch at least hi-hat splashes, and then some maybe mini crashes with little splashes and stuff. That'd be really cool. Maybe we'll even splurge for a 16-inch ride. Yeah. Tell me if you want to see more of this. If you like drum and guitar related videos, subscribe. There's usually less drum videos, but depending on how much support this gets, maybe I can start to try and shift over. But it is much harder to try and record drums. Obviously this was a very crude recording. Maybe at some point I'll get to recording a little bit better on my real drums. But for now, I'm gonna say bye-bye.